for coverage you can count on. It's the KFox 14 Morning News.
Good morning, I'm Stephanie Guadian. It is just before 5 o'clock on your Thursday morning. Hope your morning's off to a great start. Brad Montgomery standing by in the Weather Center with a warm-up, Brad, or are we cooling down?
Today getting even warmer, then we start to cool it down. Take a look at some of these numbers this morning. Not too bad out there right now. 41 degrees, El Paso. The winds are fairly light. Cool for you this morning in Las Cruces, 44 degrees. The radar quiet for us once again. Only a couple of clouds out there. Take a look at the forecast for today. Mostly sunny, warmer than yesterday, around 73 for today. A little breezy at times this afternoon. Southwest winds about 10 to 20. Low in the upper 40s for tonight. 71 for you in Las Cruces here too. A little warmer than we were yesterday. Your low tonight around 38. We're going to talk about the weekend cool down coming up.
Heading outside now, we want to help you beat the traffic on your Thursday morning. It is just now 5 o'clock. It's early, not too many people out and about on the roads just yet. We don't have any reports of accidents to slow you down. A lot of construction in the area, so keep that in mind as you're heading out this morning. Buckle up and be safe. We'll take another look at your traffic coming up in just 10 minutes. New this morning, KFox 14 Morning News crew first on the scene of a house fire off White Sands. KFox 14 Morning News reporter Candlelight Flores joins us live from Northeast El Paso.
We're here off of Ballinger Drive and White Sands. You can see it's still a very active scene here with plenty of firefighters out here right now. The homeowner, you can actually see him here to my right, and he's here standing watching firefighters as they've just put out this fire, and it came in just after 4 o'clock. There were reports of heavy smoke, and at this point, there's no word on what caused this fire just yet, but we have seen El Paso electric crews out here shutting off the power to the home. There was only the homeowner inside here with his pet who's kind of roaming around. They seem to be okay, but at this point, the surrounding streets are blocked off again as firefighters are still out here on the scene clearing out the home. We're going to wait to speak to fire officials. We haven't had the opportunity just yet to let us know exactly what happened with this fire, but of course we're going to continue to keep you up to date, and we will remain out here on the scene again in far northeast El Paso, and again off of Ballinger and White Sands. These whole surrounding neighborhoods are blocked off while fire crews are still out here. For now, reporting live in northeast El Paso, Candlelight Flores, the KFox 14 Morning News.
Happening now, a man escapes from El Paso County Sheriff deputies while he is still handcuffed. Deputies arrest this man, Jose Estrada, along with 2 other men in San Elizario. The 3 are accused of stealing tractors for parts. Authorities tell KFox 14 Estrada somehow managed to get out of his cuffs and out of the sheriff's Montana patrol station. Anyone with information is being asked to call El Paso Crime Stoppers, that number right there on your screen. Sheriff deputies find a convicted and wanted sex offender in Cañutillo, a domestic violence call leading to the arrest of Anthony Vital. Vital is now accused of beating and choking a woman and trying to stop her from calling for help. Time is up to stop the Asarco smokestacks from being torn down, but the group trying to save them not giving up. KFox 14 Morning News reporter Genevieve Curtis explains what that could mean for the future of that site.
After a polarizing debate on whether to keep the stacks or not, the Asarco smokestacks are set to come down in late February or early March.
I attended UTEP back in the 60s, and it was an awful memory for me, walking up and down the hill to the education building, and you could taste it and feel it in your throat.
The Asarco stacks said to be a distant memory when they're demolished early next spring.
I'd like it in my rearview mirror, I think.
After a December 4th deadline to save the stacks came and went, Asarco trustee Roberto Puga says the group failed to meet requirements he set out last year. The first prove the stacks are structurally sound and find an owner.
Because we never received, a proposal that will satisfy those things, I think we have no choice but to go ahead and resume planning of the demolition of the stacks.
Save the Stacks remains hopeful for a compromise. Puga has been resourceful and creative in helping capture our community's vision and ambition for the site. We ask that he again go above and beyond by working with us, the city, and other community leaders to find a way to preserve the stacks for El Paso.
I appreciate the effort that they've made, but I just think the cost is not worth it.
Now the attention turns to cleaning up the site.
It's our most important work, which is to remediate the site. That's why I was hired. That's why the trust exists, is to remediate the risk.
And some say they're ready to see the old smelter town site have a different story in the Sun City.
Maybe we can put the land to proper use after we clean it up properly.
As we reported there will be public meetings before the demolition of the stacks. Now, Puga mentioned there still is the potential for there to be a memorial on the site dedicated to the ASARCO workers. It would not involve the stacks themselves. Instead, it could potentially involve the base of the largest stack. Reporting in West El Paso, Genevieve Curtis, the KFOX 14 Morning News.
In your election watch, a recount underway for New Mexico House District 37 in Doñana County. Election officials expect to have the votes counted by tonight. As we first reported, the two candidates, Dr. Terry McMillan and his challenger, Joanne Ferrari, each received the same number of votes on Election Day. Now, if the recount does not show a clear winner, a game of chance is going to decide who gets to take that seat. In El Paso County, seems more women are voting than men. Our media partner, the El Paso Times, reporting women of all ages outnumbered male voters during the November general election. Check out the El Paso Times to find out which age group had the largest voting bloc. 5:05 now, the trial for an Albuquerque police officer accused of killing his wife is moved. KOB TV reports Levi Chavez will now be heading to court in Sandoval County. Chavez is accused of killing Tara Chavez in the couple's Los Lunas home back in October 2007. Authorities say that his police-issued handgun was found at her side. The death was initially ruled a suicide, but in 2011, a grand jury officially charged Chavez with murder. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers seized 6 birds at the Isleta port of entry. The seizure netted 4 hens, a rooster, even a parakeet. The birds were found in a pickup coming in from Mexico. A passenger in the truck is the one who told officers about those birds. The animals were then turned over to the USDA Veterinarian Services. KFOX 14 catching up with a Dallas Cowboys legend while he visits the Sun City. Charles Haley stopping by the Albertsons grocery store on Dyer Street to sign autographs. The very first guy in line telling us just how eager he was to meet Haley.
I'm very excited. It's my first signature. I'm a big Cowboy fan. Charles Haley was the man when he used to play.
Still the man, Haley holds the record for being the only player in NFL history to play for 5 Super Bowl winning teams. A new season of horse racing kicking off for the Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino. Officials say that $16 million are up for grabs this season, which starts, by the way, on Friday. The season ends in March with the Sunland Derby.
It's a ticket to the Kentucky Derby, and I think that's the big cachet that race has. It was a record-breaking day for us last year when our fans bet over $3.5 million on the race. So awareness, publicity on that race and our facility has grown immensely over the last 10 years.
As KFOX 14 has reported, Hollywood is making a movie based on the 2009 winner of the Sunland Derby called Mind That Bird. 5:07, an El Paso city representative urging city leaders to change a law. Why she says the change could save some people in the borderland a lot of money. Brad?
And a warm one for today. In fact, warmer than yesterday. Take a look at some temperatures right now. 40 degrees, household furniture. Big cool down coming for our Sunday. Even bigger cool down on Monday. Talk all about that on the KFOX 14 Morning News. It's coverage you can count on.